I did realize, because I was gonna be like, oh, I'll just like make the clips, because as the VODs probably know, I release them at 1:30 the next day, but for clips I set it at 5. And so I'm like, oh, I still got, because I get off at like 3, right? My school goes out at like 3. Sorry. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I got time, right? I got time to do that. And then I realized when I get home, I use the bathroom for a pretty extended period of time. I'm like, oh, yeah, maybe this isn't as doable. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I should do Zap dinner. And then I realized, like, I have to stream pretty closely after that. And then I'm like, well, shoot, doing it after my shower. Or, oh, well, then I was like, oh, well, do it after, like, I'm done streaming. And then I realized that's when I take a shower. So I was like, well, shoot, that actually is, like, after I take my shower is, like, the best time to do it. Which sucks, because I feel like if I go over, then it cuts into my sleep time. And especially during the school year, it's not great. If it's, like, a Friday night, then I feel like it's not bad. Or, like, I can sleep in the next day. I feel like it's not that bad. But yeah, school nights is not great. It's probably why I should have it. So I think Saturdays, since I have nothing going on, that should probably be my dedicated like clip making day. Where I just make like a bunch of clips. I think I'll start off with like super simple, no subtitles. I think then I'll add subtitles later on. And then maybe potentially, if I feel comfortable enough, start making edits to them. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now, as far as all that goes. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about clips. Yeah, before I talk about the Hololive stuff though, I want to show this, because like this is nuts, dude. Like, this is nuts. Like, this is making it look like it's gonna be a slaughter. And I mean, I think 538 said it had like Kamala having a 64% chance of winning. Like that's pretty substantial. But I also look at this and be like, this is how it just should have been the entire time, you know? Like, it really should have. Like, if we even go back to when, I mean, yeah, this is still, I assume, from polls of like, I mean, yeah, even when Kamala had like all this momentum, right? Like, she still wasn't doing too hot, right? What happened over here that made Arizona freaking go lean? That's crazy. I have no idea what happened over there. Must have been a really good poll. Oh, was that an Arizona poll that had her plus 14 or something like that? I think it was a Michigan poll. But yeah, it wasn't even Arizona that had the like huge poll. Like, actually, because I do have 538 up. I'll just go to 538 though here, just because it's gonna be easier. Because I believe that was a Michigan poll that had her up huge, which actually might not be on 538 because it's a huge outlier. Yeah, I don't think so. I guess I could see if it's Arizona. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it was. Although I think I got rid of the, oh, show more polls. Oh, I'm dumb. Hang on. Let me go back to Michigan. Show more polls. +5. Oh, maybe not. I mean, yeah, these were +8, +7, but there was one that was like double digits. This is more of what I'm looking for. Oh yeah, there it is. +11, +12. Yep, it was Michigan. Yeah, so that was actually Michigan that happened with. Like, that wasn't even Arizona. So that one spot where it was leaning was very interesting. Let's see if Polymarket's kind of moved over. No. Although I think I heard from my friend that I think it's more based off of what people bet. Like, it's not entirely determined by that, but it kind of is. By, like, how people are betting. So, yeah, that's why, like, you know, this shouldn't be a trusted source. Because I think also on Polymarket, it has Kamala with the better chance, even though, yeah, she has 52%, Trump has 47%. Even though if you were to go strictly off of these numbers, Trump would win. Makes sense to me. yeah, should not be trusted. Well, and I feel like it also makes sense too, because I feel like the people who would unironically like gamble about this stuff would be Republicans. So on like all that hopium. Because yeah, I still think Kamala's gonna win. You know, I think Michigan's probably gonna do a bit worse than what is being shown, but I don't know if it'll be that big of a difference. Like, I think she'd probably still win it. And the thing is, like, if these other states are going how they are, it doesn't even matter if Michigan goes red, you know? Like, she's already gonna be up by so much. Or, like, even just win at Georgia or North Carolina, and then that just substitutes it immediately. There's also that. Which, yeah, they almost have Georgia and lean, Arizona and lean. North Carolina's halfway there. Like, yeah. I mean, I feel like even looking just, like, at the spreads here, man, it's very telling. 92 safe votes for Trump right now. Even freaking Montana and Nebraska's first are now unlikely. Like, Ohio and Iowa are down here. Maine second went down to lean. Trump's lead in Florida is smaller than Kamala's lead in Wisconsin and Michigan, which I didn't even notice. Yeah, and in Michigan. That's really bad for him. If this actually gets to the point where it tilts, which I could definitely see it happening if the momentum keeps going until the vice presidential debate, because I did hear, like, from someone I watch who's just keeping track of elections, and they're like, oh, well, nobody votes based on the vice president. But I think this is one of those rare elections where the vice president is actually helping. You know? Like, the vice president is changing things a little bit. Like, not just in, like, the states, like, they're around or something like that, right? Because, I mean, their home states are Minnesota and Ohio, right? They were already likely in either party, right? But, like, I think in general, just across the board, they're changing. Which I don't know if that's been seen before in other elections. I wouldn't know. I mean, Biden chose Kamala, which was she was from California, so I mean, yeah. I do think like this map though would speak way stronger than Biden when he won. Because I mean, Biden did win all these except North Carolina, so like it's still kind of, it's similar, but it would definitely be a stronger statement though if like these won by more. Because I mean, Wisconsin was won by less than a point, right? Yeah, 0.63. He won Wisconsin by. Won Iowa and Ohio by 8. Maine second by 7. It's weird to me that Missouri is like the one that's like so far down, because like on the projection it has Missouri 12.3, even though like, yeah, Kansas was lower. Okay, Kansas was lower. Oh yeah, Nebraska's first was lower. Like that one like took a minute. It just was today now that it switched over, which is like, again, it's kind of weird. Yeah, I wonder why that's the case. Why like Missouri suddenly now is like becoming less red. Maybe if I look at past elections, but I feel like it would have been that it went more red. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I went red by a lot. I was gonna say, because Hillary went after Missouri in freaking 2016. So it was like, it seems weird to me that it was like already as red as it was. I guess because it was so close in 2008. Even then, why would you go after Missouri? I really don't understand. Like, what? What? Come on, man. Plus 10 and like against Obama. What are we doing? Like, yeah, she really did run a bad campaign. Jesus. Like, come on. What are we doing? I do like how it was literally only like this past election that actually made it so the candidates get actually like different electoral votes. from Nebraska and Maine, because it was just, they basically got all the votes anyway. Oh, Obama won the 2nd district, doesn't he? But like, yeah, no, they stayed very much the same. Yeah, even Texas safe red, like, yeah, and unlikely. And I think it's gonna turn lean because it's only gotten more blue. I think the Senate on Polymark is still like, oh yeah, yeah, 84. Even though I'm pretty sure it's like actually like pretty close. Like, I think it's actually kind of reaching Bernie right now. Sherrod Brown numbers. Yeah. Man, if only Ohio had abortion like this election, like this cycle, and not, what was it, 2023, 2022? When was Ohio's abortion thing? Or like the 60% thing. I don't remember. But yeah, this map is crazy. Like, it's starting to get me to believe it's gonna be a landslide, which, like, I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up too much, right? Because it would be crushing, right, if he won. Which actually, this does bring me up to a point that I'll hit on first. Serious thing is that even if Kamala wins, right, it's not over. It's not over yet. Because you know what happened in the last election. It's not over. When it's gonna be over after January 6th of 2025. That's when it's gonna be over. Right? Like, because here's the thing, they're already trying to rig it, and then I'm sure there's already trying to set up something if he does lose, right? So you thwarted his plan A if he doesn't win the election, right? But now you gotta watch out for the plan B, plan C, like maybe even more after that, you know? Like, you gotta be ready for that, be prepared. You can't just sit by idly and just like be like, yay, it's over. Nope. Because you know what happened last election cycle. You just gotta be wary. Yeah, that was the point I wanted to bring up. I think it was something else I was gonna lead into with it, but I forget what it was at this point. Yeah. And I just wanted to show that map because it was crazy. Very crazy. Really crazy. Why is Powell trending with 1.5k? Ah, are they suing them? Yep. Okay. They're suing them. Yeah, that's not great. That's very bad for him. You know, there was times where I wanted to get back into Power World, like play it again, because I think I like did like 1 or 2 streams of it, but yeah, it just kind of just like It had achievements, like more of them, because I think when the game first came there was like 5, and it was just like, oh, we captured this many pals. Like, that was literally the only achievements. Yeah, no, that game's probably done now. There it goes. That's a Nintendo lawsuit. It's crazy. Okay. What the? What? That's crazy. Yeah, Nate's just like a right-wing hack, isn't he? Like, what? What is this man saying? I am very confused. Okay, yeah, 538 does have him at the best chance of winning. It's like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't, I shouldn't put too much, freaking weight into it. I should still, like, stay grounded. But it is neat, like, looking at this and be like, oh, that looks pretty cool. But yeah. Should definitely still play cool. But yeah. Say but yes so many times, Steve. I hate that that's my default. I'm ending this, my thought, like, freaking sound. That's frustrating. I hate it. Why are you rallying in New York, Trump? What are you doing? Who are you expecting to get out of that? Like, seriously, what? Come on. I mean, yeah, keep being an idiot, because, like, I think most sane people don't want you to win, but, like, what are you doing? I think I said last stream when I was a lot more angry, obviously, but I've come to the revelation of just, like, not caring what people, like, say on Twitter. At least, like the ones you would know, right? The ones that are obviously, like, so brain broken at this point that, like, it's not even worth talking to them. Those people. Because there are some, like, still decent people on there. Like, I want to engage with those people, but yeah, with brain broken people, absolutely not. I just would not. I'd rather not. Yeah, I was also thinking about, like, AI, because obviously EA made that post, which is just like, oh yeah, AI is like the core of our company or something like that. And yeah, obviously people have a negative stigma towards AI. And my thought, because I think before I was thinking like, oh, maybe I gave it too much of the benefit of the doubt. But then I was thinking like, oh, maybe they're just doing it because of capitalism, right? Sorry. I don't know what happened to music. Maybe they're just doing it because, like, capitalism. And then there's a random... Wait, hang on. Wow, it did do the exact same random. That's crazy. But, like, I was thinking, like, maybe they're using just only for profit, you know, because that's how the capitalist system works. And then I brought my friend, or I brought it up to my friend. Jesus, English is hard. And they said, like, I brought up, like, there's gotta be a way to make, like, AI and humanity, like, coexist somehow. But they said, like, they don't think that would be possible because you still would have some human element into, like, the AI. Like, it can't perfectly just, it can't run on its own, I think is basically what they were saying. Is that it can't run on its own without, like, some human interaction or human helping it. So yeah, that's the difference. And, like, yeah, it's really got me to think about, like, the AI thing. I still personally think, like, if the people who are making the AI probably know it the best. Now, I think you should still make sure they aren't doing anything crazy with it. And, like, call it out when, like, if something seems fishy that they're doing. Like, taking over the world. But, like, I don't think we're at that point in AI yet, and there was another point I was gonna make. Why do I always do this myself? Like, I think you just listen to those guys. Oh yeah, I think like they also wouldn't want the planet to die unless you're like Elon Musk. But that's my thing. But yeah, even then, like I think maybe it shouldn't, because it's still like all the freaking billionaires who are probably making this stuff. I guess just because I'm thinking of Neurosama, and I think Vettel would actually keep that in mind of just like not wanting to end the world, you know? So like I think he would realize if he did something it would overstep like a boundary, or like it would be problematic. But I'm realizing like I don't think most like robotics engineers or like people who work with AI are at that point, right? Where they're just kind of like freelancing it, you know, for lack of a better term. So yeah, maybe I think my view on AI has just been skewed from like Vettel and Neurosama, honestly. So that's probably what it is. Yeah, I've actually like barely watched Neuro like ever since I watched Hololive clips. I kind of just stopped watching. I watched like highlights of the Annie stream, like the World of Warcraft one. I think there was no one. I think I watched halfway of Tenma one. But I think the last time I watched like pretty regularly was like the Vettel cooking stream, or like maybe like a stream or two after that. And then yeah, I just kind of like stopped watching for a bit. Actually, it might have been the mini collab, because I watched that for a little bit. I was like, eh, and then every time like a Neuro thing came, I was like, eh. I think the problem is though is because like those highlights are like 50 minutes, which I know I said like was alright with that with like Hololive stuff. But I think it's a difference when like you want to watch it. Like with that stuff, you actually have to like be in the mood to watch it. If just then don't watch it. You're just gonna make yourself suffer. Especially if you're like me, who just will immediately go to the recommended and just look for more video, like the next thing to watch. But well, the idea is to look for something that can like go to watch like next immediately. But like yeah, if it's like a longer one, then I'm just like screw it, I'll watch the short one first and then go back to the long one. And then sometimes that repeats for a while. So, yeah. It's a shame, really. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. And it's annoying. I don't think I'm gonna sneeze, but... I don't know if I mentioned it. I think it's just... It was either I was dreaming it or like thinking about it. I can't remember honestly at this point, but I was thinking of like doing React content because it's just like, oh well, it gets like a decent amount of views, you know, and like I'd do the credit and all that, but like I feel like with React I wouldn't have a lot, you know. I mean, it would be like me laughing and stuff, but that's the thing too, is like, I don't show my face. I think something with React is like, also like facial expressions. I don't have that. Like, I don't even have a VTuber that would like a model that would capture that. It's just disembodied voice. You know, so I don't think it would really work that well. I mean, I do think I think about stuff more than the average person. So like, I could probably go on like a deeper level about something, or like be in deep thought about something like related to the video, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would actually work out. Because I feel like people even more than would be like, oh, you're just like kind of stealing content in a way. It's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't open that can of worms. I already don't want like drama like for other people to begin with, you know. And then I would get involved in it. It's like, yeah, let's maybe not do that. Let's maybe try and see if I can get some shorts out and then go from there. Yeah, I was looking through the like Dan TDM, like Logan Paul, Mr. Beast stuff, which actually doesn't show as trending anymore, which is kind of weird because I think it was at like 70k tweets when it first happened. But it was so funny because Logan brought up like the Lunchables having lead in them, and then someone literally quote tweeted it and been like, oh yeah, just don't worry about the fact that you also have 3 lawsuits against you for having lead in your product. And it's like, how stupid do you have to be to call it the lead in freaking Lunchables, and then like you, I feel like you just exposed yourself. You played yourself. It was funny too because someone also pointed out, it was like all 3 of them clapped back at Dan TM. All 3 of them got community noted. All 3 of them. Like, God, you gotta love it when right wingers are just stupid. You know, awesome. It did also make me upset though that those are the people who are thriving on this platform. I'm just like, I'm over here in my own little corner. It's like, God, dude. Really? It's not great. It's really not great. Yeah, probably can talk about the Hollow stuff because I kind of got into a serious topic and then I thought about other stuff. But half an hour in and I'm not super upset and wanting to end stream. Good start. I feel like I'm gonna yawn. Hang on. There it is. All right. Cool. Yeah. I don't even think did I mention anything about it? I think I mentioned CC falling off the roof, right? I think that was it. I don't think I mentioned anything else. I think there was some with Ina I mentioned. Oh no, I don't think I mentioned that. Because I don't think I mentioned like the no seatbelt thing. Or like that they had seatbelts. Did I say that like I feel like I can't get into that RP as much? Well, I did change my thing also on that too, is like I feel like it's very, for me it's a lot more obvious that's like it's an RP thing for that than it is with Minecraft. I guess the difference with the Minecraft RP, like Ian Reco, was that they had storylines, so it still seemed like kind of real because they had storylines for each other and like they were like kind of playing characters in a way, right? I mean, they kind of still are with the GTA roleplay, but like they still call themselves like what they normally are. I think what made it a little different in Ian Reco was like basically all of them had different names. Like I think that was definitely a big part of it. And again, I think the storylines of them, because that's another thing too. I feel like with the GTA RP, they're just kind of going from one thing to the next. Whereas Ian Reco had developing storylines. It sounds like Pecora had stuff set up, like setting up stuff. But yeah, I think for the most part, like Ian Reco definitely seemed more like real in a way. I guess like more like a piece of fiction than like role play, I guess is maybe what I'm trying to go for. Whereas like a GTA one is role play. Like it's a lot easier to make that connection than it is with Ian Reco. But yeah, it is funny. I don't think Nerissa and Kara would be a part of it because I think they're in Italy. But like, it would have been so funny if they were part of the GTA one. Honestly. Yeah, I will say day 2 though. I was like, oh yeah, Crony and like Kyla, because I think the other one was Kyla. Is Kyla a part of it? I think she was. Yeah, like I saw the clip and there was just like Crony was there. I was like, oh yeah, Crony. That's right. I just completely forgot. Like, oh yeah, some of them probably wouldn't be there day 1. I think with Ian Reco though, all of them were there day 1. And then Bae was only there day 1, the final day. Which I still find funny. I mean, she probably had other stuff going on which is why she couldn't do it. But like, it's just funny to me. And especially on top of at the end being like, I knew the king was evil. I don't know why that part just makes me laugh. I think it's like the moment of Ian Recco that like isn't really that funny, but it's super funny to me. Was that moment. Yeah. I think my favorite part of the GTA one, I think, is anytime that when they don't have seatbelts on, they go flying out of the car, just in general. Or when all of them just set up, like, all the doctors just went around. Was it Kanade? Is that how you say her name? And just jumped her and just beat her up. Because just the visual, a bunch of doctors just beating up a bunch, like one police officer is so funny. It's like, all right, close your eyes. It's like, all right, get him. Just freaking punched him. I'm pretty sure it also made it better too, because in the comments, someone was like, Jesus, they really jumped him. They really jumped her. And I just feel like it was so funny because, like, yeah, it really sounded like just like a bystander from the side, just like watching the whole thing. Like, oh my god. But yeah. The seatbelt thing is definitely what makes it fun for me. I hope some of them just intentionally don't wear seatbelts just so that stuff like that can always happen. Like, if I was a part of that RP and knew that, like, not wearing a seatbelt did that, I think honestly I would just keep doing it. I just wouldn't wear one because it's awesome. Yeah, there was day one, there was CC falling off the roof. Gigi couldn't stop dancing while I think she was calling someone. Yeah, a lot of them actually, like CC and like Callie, you're seeing like a lot more of their like guttural laughs. I've noticed with the GTA RP, like a lot more. Because CC had with the Gigi Can't Stop Dancing, and then Callie had it, I think, twice. I don't remember the second time exactly, but the first time was when she just nailed Ollie while they drive by. Oh no, she hit a car, that's what it was. She hit a random car and then it ran into Ollie. That's what happened. What's weird about that too is that Callie didn't even need the full context to just completely lose it. She didn't turn around and see what happened to Ollie. She didn't even need the full context. Oh yeah, also that all the doctors went to the casino. That was interesting. All Live and Gambling, name a more iconic duo. And I want to reiterate something that one guy said on the Ian Recco clip of God help them if they ever have a concert in Las Vegas. That is going to be unhealthy. And I hope Cover Chord thinks about that whenever they're thinking about destinations to go to. I feel like, though, honestly, their next one would probably be LA. I don't know where they've all been. Like the EN concerts. Because the last one was New York. But I don't think it would be Las Vegas. It would probably be like LA or like maybe Chicago or something like that. If I were to guess. Or maybe New York again. Yeah, it's just really funny. Oh, yeah, also Bieber got arrested and sent to prison as a cop. He got thrown in jail. It's neat. Also, Mume was just skateboarding, got freaking injured, and then got handcuffed. And then once she was healed, she had the handcuffs on still. So then he would call the police on her. And this actually, because Fuwamoku was the one who drove them, so that was already after Fuwamoku crashed and Mume just came flying out the back. And they didn't even notice it for a little bit. Fuwamoku did it again, and then Corona did too, right? Dude, that'd be so awesome. That's just a running gag that once a day they just freaking leave someone. They crash and then just leave someone behind for a little bit until they realize. I feel like what makes it even better though too is that there's two of them. Like, you would think they would notice a lot better with there being two of them, but nope. They they don't realize it. Yeah, no, it's definitely the seatbelt thing. That was the best thing ever. Like, it's not even with the RP itself necessarily, but it's so good. I love this so much. And also sometimes angles just make zero sense. Like the one where it threw CC in the water, it literally made zero sense. Because they're going like a straight line, and I think like Ellie slightly nudged like the rail on the right, and then she just went flying out like way over to the left in the water. That didn't make any sense, but it was funny. That's for sure. Video game physics, you gotta love them. So like that's the thing what I love about so much is I really like ragdoll physics and just like ragdolling. And like I feel like it's like a very similar thing to that, which I think is why I love it so much. Someone should just make a compilation of them driving though. I was thinking though while watching, I was like, unironically, this is probably making them better at driving in GTA. Like having the play this way. So they can just go flying out. Yeah. Like unironically, if they were like on roleplay, just like do races in GTA and just make this a stream, they unironically probably could be like actually pretty decent. Which is crazy. Also, someone on one of the clips that like Biba was driving like she's playing Mario Kart, and I mean, yeah, there's even times like I was like the bear watches like, oh no, no, why are we driving on the sidewalk? Kind of a thing. It's like, oh, that's way too fast. Oh no. I have those also from watching clips though. I've gotten the same thing. I don't know if people have seen like when the Game Grumps reacted to like Aaron's like self-confidence just blowing up on himself. He pointed out that like it's a lot funnier when you actually know like that's what's going to happen. And I definitely noticed that with some of the driving ones, definitely, especially with the B ones, like, it's time for my first job, yeah. And she just ends up bowl and then freaking dies. She flies out and dies. Like, you could just be like, oh no. Just hits the pool, flies out, and just freaking dies. And then also freaking the ambulance, because I think it was Iofi that got her, freaking trying to drive back to the hospital, and Ollie just whams them as they're driving. Which is even better because I think Ollie, if she didn't flip and like land and then drive, she wouldn't have hit them. Like if she kept her car straight, I think she would have blown by them. But the fact is that she did a flip and then had to turn around a little bit and then go forward and just nail them. It's so funny. Also the one on day one where Ina was driving and I don't remember what she hit. It might have been like a pole or something like that, but she just went flying out and nailed herself, like her back nailed the freaking like light post or whatever, and it was so great. And then also, because I think Iris didn't want to drive because she was dying, Iris then real quickly ran over and she died right in the freaking right turn. So she kept getting run over as well. Yeah, I feel like this one is definitely a lot more like the game is what makes it so good compared to like the role playing itself. Like there's definitely been some good role playing moments. Gigi's doing a great job. I feel like honestly though, if I saw it how she did Ian Recco, it's not surprising. Yeah. I think it's definitely more the game and with the GTA one than it is with the people. And like that's not an insult to him. It's just like just how it's ended up, man. I feel like the CC fly off the roof one also is definitely one where like you could just see it coming from a mile away. I think even people in chat was like knew that was gonna happen when she fell off. I'm pretty sure people even like right before she did like fall off the roof. Amazing. There was also the one where Bibu was on the strip pole, and the reason I find that one so funny is just because someone in the chat just put, in other news, there's a bank robbery. Like, meanwhile, there's a bank robbery going on. They're just doing that. I just found that really funny. Yeah, also, it seemed like Crony immediately committed a crime and just scammed. Just pulled a scam. I wish I saw the rest of that clip, because they only clipped up to where, like, Crony went and visited Callie, and then, like, all the police showed up. They didn't show, like, the chase or whatever shenanigans afterwards, which I was kind of unfortunate. I wanted to see the rest of it. I guess I can just see the VOD, but... yeah. Yeah, I also didn't realize though, like going back to Yanreka, I didn't realize she got Gander from, like that was what her last name was gonna be originally instead of Oro. I did not realize that. Like, I thought Gander she just made up, but no. There was actually some a backstory to it. I'm pretty sure the clip that they showed that was like a lot older. Like, it sounded like a 2021, 2022 clip, because Crony sounded a lot more high-pitched. I feel like she also has that moments like recently where she's gotten more high pitched. I don't know. The ones are with like her commander outfit, I'm like, she sounds very high pitched. Maybe just I'm not used to Crony's voice because it's been a bit. It's been a bit. But yeah. Maybe I'm just not used to her voice. I'm not used to how high pitched it goes. It is funny though how like all of them start out with like having a higher pitched voice. Like truly all of their voices went up, like they were up an octave. I think it's typically just because like that's how Japanese culture usually did it, right? It was just you spoke in at least a different voice. And I think some of the JP members do that. At least I think none of the EN members do that. Yeah, I think some JP still do that. But it is funny how like all of them were like up an octave in their speaking tone when they first debuted. Or like you could definitely tell they sounded different, you know, like with all of them. Which I mean I guess makes sense because like you are probably like uncomfortable, right? There's like a lot of factors that go into it. Like especially with Myth and Council and then what became Promise, right? Because I feel like even like because that was a year later. I mean I think EN like was proven to be like pretty much a success, but like it still was pretty new. Like Promise only debuted I think like kind of just over a year after Myth did. It's like it was still pretty new. So like I mean even like still like 4 years like it's still kind of new, especially in content creation. Like honestly content creation has gotten to the point where 4 years is still kind of new, like it's still kind of recent, which I feel like is crazy to think, but like I mean it's true. As someone who's like basically watched YouTube his entire life, like I mean yeah, that's recent. Like I was almost in high school and I'm a senior now. Like, that's still, like, relatively recent. You know? Like, I was in 8th grade when Myth debuted. I didn't watch them. I feel like I've said it a lot, but, like, I feel like I just perfectly like stumbled around every like pathway that would have made me watch VTubers or like fall down the rabbit hole. I just perfectly stumbled my way all around them until I played Fire Emblem Fates again, ironically. And that's what got me down the rabbit hole, was playing Fire Emblem Fates. Now granted, it took a year and a half afterwards, but it did happen eventually. Yeah, if you're wondering, it's because obviously I play Fire Emblem Fates, and I've said it before, but just for new people, my favorite song of all time is Lost Thoughts All Alone. So I was looking for the original, obviously, for my video game songs playlist, and then also like any other versions, kind of. Like, I think honestly, Lost Thoughts Alone, I think, is the song that's on there the most, because I think I have like 7 different versions of it, of like covers and stuff too. And so one of them that I saw and I just kept getting recommended was Amelie's cover of Lost in Thoughts All Alone. And so, yeah, I finally watched it, or like listened to it and added it. And I added a couple of other of her songs because it was still a video game playlist at the time. So I just added the ones that she did of video game songs. And so I think fast forward a little bit until beginning of my junior year. I got recommended her True Angel's Thesis, and I think the Sailor Moon opening one. And I really liked listening to them. I was like, why am I putting this barrier on me, right? So then I just like opened it up, right? Any song now. It didn't have to be video game songs. And so, yeah, I opened that barrier up. And I think sometime around then, or like maybe a little later, I was getting Amelie clips, which makes sense, you know, because she has her own clips channel. I was getting clips of her. So, and again, it took me a little bit to, God, now I'm burping a bunch now, but it took me a little bit to click on it. I think actually I might have talked about this on one of my main channel videos, actually. I don't remember if that was when I was watching Amelie clips yet. I think it was. When was that, actually? Because I'm on my main channel. When was that? That was... yeah, August. So, actually, yeah, it was before I removed the boundary, because I was in school when I removed the boundary on playlist. So it was actually before that. So yeah, and then somewhere down the line, I don't know the exact time frame. I feel like it might have been December, because I don't remember watching him in November. That's the thing. I don't remember that, but I'm pretty sure I did watch it in 2023. I think it was December. The first one that I really went down the rabbit hole with was Numi. That was the first one. Which, looking at it now and seeing how like I'm just like very much a Hololive fan, that's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, obviously the Hololive has their moments too, but like the fact that Numi was my first one, and also like that's the thing with YouTubers, like a lot of people like go away from VTubers because of that too, and like I don't see myself as that lewd of a person. So I think that's also weird that like that's how I got down the rabbit hole, was Numi. Like, I feel like you would not guess my first like person to go down the rabbit hole was, well, it was technically Amelie, but like after that, because I think there was like a little bit of a stretch in between the Amelie and Numi ones, so I still say like Numi's my first one. And then that got me down to Neuro, and then obviously I was just watching like Neuro stuff mostly for a couple months until I think May or June was when I really started watching Hololive clips, and then yeah, obviously I've kind of stayed there ever since. So that's kind of been my journey to the rabbit hole, the VTuber rabbit hole, if you will. So yeah, I really only was like a pretty big fan like right before Justice debuted. So it was kind of crazy, like having that and then being like, oh shoot, there's like a new generation coming in. I do kind of wish I could have experienced that stuff, because like, yeah, with Myth it probably seems like so like, you know, like kind of like the old days, like obviously better quality, but like whenever something feels new, right, like I'm sure it's had such a fresh feeling, you know, and I kind of wish I was a part of that, like looking back on it, because I feel like also everybody looks back on it like really fondly. And the thing is, like, Ina's probably my favorite, so like, you know, that definitely wouldn't have changed if I watched Myth from the beginning. Like I'm a newer fan and Nina's probably my favorite. Like, that's crazy, you know. Yeah, I really like, and then like experiencing everything like as it happened too, like that would have been really neat. Because like that's the thing, you can't really experience that when it happened in real time, man. And like I do feel a little disappointed again, because like I feel like I was like the perfect demographic for it. Like I don't watch anime, right? But like I feel like I'm a demographic that fits it, right? And like, you know, I don't do well with people who I just don't deem mature. I just don't. And like, I don't know, maybe it's weird like saying this, but like it's a refreshing experience for me to see like girls talking to each other, right, and interacting with each other compared to guys, because I think that's just like basically all my life. It's just I've only really had guys interacting with each other, or like, you know, mixed genders. It's not been like girls with each other. It's like it is interesting like seeing that, you know, and like also seeing like similar interests except anime, because I know like nothing. I mean, again, I think it's just like the same problem I have like TV shows or movies, where it's just like I want to be doing something. Like games do, like it does that for me. So I think that's the main difference. I'm also not super into gacha, which it seems like most of them are. It's just like, I mean, it really is just kind of gambling, you know, and just like throwing a bunch of money. I feel like my gachas though, it's not even like playing the game. It's just about getting the thing, which I feel like is what makes it even worse. The fact that it's like that, like I feel like you're barely playing the game at that point then, you know? It's the same thing with the freaking like Charizard Pokemon card, you know? Like you're not using it. I'm pretty sure it wasn't even like that good of a, competitively, it's not even that good of a card. The Rainbow Charizard or whatever. I just feel like that's what gacha games are. They're just the Rainbow Charizard of games, you know? Like, I feel like you don't actually play the game. You're just like, oh, I want this. So then you just grind it out until you get them. Or like you'll play a game with that thing that you just got and that's it. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess it's because I've always been that way too. Because I played like NBA 2K for a while. And obviously I have my team, which is very similar, where it's like pay to win. So like just buying packs and getting all the good cards, right? All the high overalls, all that is the way to go for sure. And like I didn't do that because I didn't have any money to spend, right? I didn't have any money. So I think also like that mindset is just kind of carried over. Where like I think I won't buy like in-game currency unless I absolutely like want to, you know? Because I mean, I remember asking my parents like a few times if I could get like money, like the in-game currency, but like that was really it. It wasn't anything too crazy. Like I feel like a gacha should just be the same way, or like I don't want to do it. I think another thing though is like I recognize I have like an addicting personality, so like I just don't want to get myself involved with that kind of stuff. Which I feel like is fair. I didn't check for ads this time. God dang it. I really hope it didn't play over an important part. That is another thing though, like if I had a chat too, they could just spam an ad, like there's an ad playing or something like that, and I can just go over and skip it. Or like maybe I need to get like YouTube music or something like that then. But I think there's still ads that play even with that. So I don't think that would actually change anything. Yeah, it's annoying that there's ads. I mean, I get like that's how they make a quote-unquote living, and I put that in heavy quotes because it seems like that is not how you grow at this point, you know. And I said it last stream, but it's like, yeah, it seems like people mostly grow on like Twitch or Patreon. That's like at this point, that's how it goes. Yeah, I did see that Tom was changing his community's name from the Tom News Party, and I feel like I'm probably like the only person that's actually upset about that. But I think it's just because I am a leftist. So yeah, I think that's why. It did also make me think though, because he said like part of it obviously was like the political climate, like how it is now. Like I'm really curious, like if you should have just told people to chill out, like would that work? You know, like if they're getting very political and like very aggressive about it, like if you just told them to chill out, would that work? I'm talking about right wingers. That's what I'm talking about. Like just like calm down or something like that. I am curious about that. I have no idea. I'm sure that could be a way to do it. Like, yeah, I'm sure it just depends on the person, but I definitely think that could be a solution for at least someone. Is if they're really into it and you just like tell them to like chill out for like and think for a moment about it. I think that could work. Yeah, it is crazy how like everybody's backing Kamala and like she's still like barely winning. Like that's crazy. It's also crazy on my who to follow thing. It's not like all live stuff, but when I clicked on it, it was. Oh, now it's not. Now it's all freaking politicians. That's annoying. It's not even like good ones. Actually, that's a good one. And that one's good also. But like other than that, man. You gotta love the freaking Israel. Just misspelled Israel. Freaking thing. That's funny. They I'm just on this now. It's crazy though how like whenever I really can't multitask like talk and do stuff. Like I don't know, man. It's crazy. Oh, nice, dude. Nice banger, Jim Jordan banger. Oh, did MTG also say it? Banger, dude. Just banger. Or the FED cut the interest rates by a 0.5 percentage point today, going to alleviate inflation for a lot of people. Crowd, boo. God, America, you freaking suck. Why are you so bad? Sometimes I think only Americans can be this stupid and wonder how nearly half our voters got this way. Yeah, that's... That's crazy. Only Americans and Canadians make masks and vaccines as political arguments. It's just... It's so funny though, their frames, like, only Americans are allowed to vote when, like, what? They are Americans. That's crazy. That's insane what you're implying. And also very idiotic. Because, I mean, I feel like technically, if they're in the country, they are American. It doesn't even matter if they're necessarily a citizen or not. They're on American soil, they're American. I guess that would make me Canadian if I was, like, in Canada at the moment, but I mean... Yeah, I mean, you get yourself immersed in the culture, so I feel like it's not technically incorrect to, like, say that. It's not an incorrect point of view. Yeah. But yeah. Dude, I definitely could do an LA Knight gimmick, but mine's just, but yeah. I need 2 other syllables, though. Dang it. I don't know if I have, like, a 2-syllable thing I said before, but yeah. Typically. I don't think so. Actually, it would have to be 1 syllable, wouldn't it? Am I dumb? Well, I guess I could say, but yeah. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. What is happening? What am I doing with my life, man? I feel like I'm gonna burp. There it is. Yeah, I do find it weird also that, like, Tim Walz literally proved that, like, hey, you can run off stuff that's, like, not popular and still win and, like, change public perception of it, and yet they don't do it. Because I do legitimately think, like, Kamala actually believes that. And it's like, yeah, no, but, like, your own vice president proved, like, you don't have to do that, is the thing. You know, like, that's... You don't have to. I don't know, man. It seems crazy to me. I'm just following people on Twitter while I'm just here. Which I feel like honestly is just really funny. I'm just talking about this stuff and I'm following VTuber. Dude, my freaking who to follow is just freaking politicians and VTubers. This is awesome. There's no better way to show, like, my 2 interests more than this, dude. The fact that it's just VTubers and freaking... and politicians that are my who to follow. That's awesome. Man. It's so funny. Hey, let me follow Jamal Bowman in the middle of all these freaking VTubers. Perfect. Definitely not Richie Torres. Absolutely not. Yeah, I feel like this just shows perfectly encapsulates my dichotomy, that dichotomy of me. It's awesome. Probably won't follow any of the JP ones just because I assume they're gonna be in Japanese. I mean, I guess there is a translate, but I'm pretty sure it's from Google. So, no. I've learned anything from Google Translate is that it's bad. Dude, how much did Richie Torres win a seat by? Where did it say 15th seat? Oh, 65.6. Oh, God. Oh, God. What the frick, man? Which one is the 10th seat? There it is. Who's Goldman? Dan Goldman. It's... Oh, it voted for Joe Biden by 71 points, though. Oh, he fell off. Oh, no. It went from... Oh, wait, no, actually, no, he gained a lot. Never mind. He didn't fall off. Man's popped off. He got 12% more, 12 percentage points more. He really popped off. Goldman, do you know what you're doing? I is one among the wealthiest members of Congress. Fantastic. That's a good sign. He's part of the Vote Blue coalition. Is it actually progressive? Because I always hear it's progressive, but I'm not entirely sure if it is or not. I haven't, like, I'm gonna be fully honest. I got no idea. Like, it's just also liberal at this point, you know? It's just also liberal. Yeah, look at like the ones that have a lot of districts. It's so funny looking at the cities because they're just so tiny. The districts. So like it's very hard to see all of them. Especially with freaking New York's, dude. They're just all bunched up in New York City. Yeah, don't they only need like 4 seats also to like win majority? I'm pretty sure, right? Like it's a very small amount. And like with how it's going now, like it's probably gonna go very well for them. If I were to guess. Talking about freaking elections while American elections while following VTubers. I love it. This is who I am. I really hope a lot of this stuff is not bad. Like, I guess I can take like losing one thing to ooh, that following count went up a lot. I think that's a +20 to the following count. I think. Why am I still blue now? Wait a minute. It just changed my settings. Wait a minute. The frick? Everything was orange before. Why is it blue? Got it. What? Display. Orange. There we go. It's back. That's weird that changed. I don't know why it did. Yeah, maybe I'll get VTuber stuff in my freaking feed. You know, like the next best thing behind freaking politics on Twitter is freaking VTubers. That'll go great. Well, I think if it's Hololive, then it should be at least better. Because that's probably the more wholesome side. But yeah. I'm gonna check real quick if I missed any of them. By just only looking at the recommended on who to follow. And not actually going in order. Because that'd be too productive and better of the way to do it. Stop with the Donald Trump Jr. Absolutely not. I honestly should probably just... Well, I guess I do have the PG tour, because I was gonna say I should probably have something that represents me like liking VTubers, but I guess I do literally have a PNG tour. I mean, I guess that doesn't necessarily like point out that I like VTubers. I guess is more my point, but yeah. Oh yeah, since I followed all the Hollow girls now, all the shoot, because I was gonna see who followed each other, and I was like, oh yeah, I followed all of them, so I was gonna bring up all of them. Shoot. Dang it. That's unfortunate. If any of them actually are followed to like a politician, I'd find that so funny. Because I feel like that's like the number one thing they have to do in being an idol is like not be political. So it'd be so funny if they did. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think they're I don't think they're doing it. I think we're all set. Ah shoot, I usually went to follow and then go to Hassan's page, but now I followed 20 more people, so now it's not super quick to go to that. Ah shoot. Yeah. I think I'm gonna burp again. There we go. Oh, Hassan's making fun debates? Heck yeah, dude. Oh, I'm all for that. Heck yeah. God, I hate debates so much. I feel like they're fine, like, if you actually, like, go back and forth and, like, don't talk over each other, but, like, yeah, once you do that, man, then we have issues. That's when we have issues. This is when you start doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so funny also when Matt Walsh talks about like jobs and and like how people are just snowflakes about jobs when he's just literally sitting in front of a camera and just yapping. Like, that's what I'm doing. Like, even then, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm better than you. Or like, be like, oh yeah, no, suck it up, man. Your job's your job. Like, especially since I haven't had that experience, you know? I'm not gonna be that guy. Come on. But yeah, it's just hilarious that Matt Walsh does it. Yeah. Honestly, I'm thinking for shorts, I think what I would do first for like editing for clips is just adding voiceover. Like super simple stuff probably. But yeah, I would still throw it in. And also obviously the voiceover would only work if I have the time available to do that. Which a minute is not that long, so especially when you yap for most of the freaking thing. It's very hard to get a minute out of it. It's not easy. Because also when you just hear yourself yap a lot, you eventually just get to the point where you're like, all right, I don't want to hear it anymore. And then you don't make the clips. And then you get mad at yourself for not being consistent uploading shorts. Uh, 14 Pelicans voted against it. That's hilarious. Where are you from? You're from Wisconsin? Alright. Yeah, honestly, like seeing the 14, I guess 14 to 199 is not a great ratio, but like if Sherrod Brown keeps his seat, then like a 51-49 majority isn't that bad. Because they would just need one sane Republican to sway it. And actually, yeah, they have Tim Walz at the head of the Senate. And he was like, I think 8th most bipartisan person. So like he definitely could convince some Republicans, for sure. You know? Like, I honestly think even if Sherrod Brown loses his seat, he might potentially be able to get some stuff done as well. I don't know though, because I think Minnesota, didn't they have a Republican majority and didn't really do a whole lot? But I'm not sure how that works as far as like, I'm not sure if it's like the lieutenant governor then that basically plays that role then. Because if he doesn't play a role in it, then I guess I can understand why it wouldn't work. But I do hope people like change the messaging like how Tim Walz has done it. Because it's like the best messaging. I mean, like, how much did he win his seat by? He ran like 2006, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a plus 24 district. And he won it by 5.6. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, and I think he had the seat for 12 years. Right? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so that was a deep blue district, and he flipped it red. And then, yeah, it stayed red. And then became deep red. And then, yeah, Walz won it. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, and then it basically just became Walz's district. When did he stop? 2018, right? Yeah. And then he ran for governor and won governor. I think by the biggest margin since like the 80s, right? Something like that from Minnesota. pretty huge. Dang, I didn't realize DeWine won by so little in 2018. That's crazy. And then DeWine won so overwhelmingly in 2022. I think it was just because how he responded to COVID. And like, even though he's like a Trump, I think he's pro-Trump. He's like one of the more insane guys. Like he like was declining the freaking story, like the Haitian story, which is so weird to me because like I'm pretty sure Ohio governors only get 2 terms. It's like I don't understand you're a Trump guy, but like you're still sane. I don't understand it. Like if he was an anti-Trump guy, I'd understand, but I don't think he is. Like, let me look up Mike. Just put Mike DeWine and Donald Trump and just see what comes up. Probably. I'm just gonna put those two together. It's all about the recent Haitian stuff, dang it. I want to see like older stuff. Like yeah, no, he full on like supported the JD Vance thing, like the BP pick. Oh yeah, no, he won't blame Trump or Vance or bomb threats. Yeah, like that's so weird to me. I mean, he also basically insulted every person who wants to like end gerrymandering. Actually, yeah, that might help Ohio's vote as well, because that's also on the ballot this election. I forgot about that. Ohio does have that. I forget what it was. I think it was like, oh, I wish they had like abortion or something like that. But yeah, no, they do actually have that. It's end gerrymandering. So yeah, no, that will give them a boost. Oh yeah, it was for the Senate race. That's what it was. Yeah, that will definitely help them run. Forgot about that. Yeah, that could be the boost they need, honestly. We'll see, but I think potentially like ending gerrymandering in Ohio, like that could be the bump Sherrod Brown needs to win. Again, since like Polymarket isn't like the best like parameter I feel like on who's winning, like I have no idea. Like I guess I can look at polls, but yeah, I have no idea. Okay, songs are still going strong. Is this not in shuffle? Okay, no, it just so happens every time I check back over, it's freaking 882 song. 14% approval. Good lord. For Congress. Just, good lord, man. That's all I gotta say. Good lord. Okay, they have Sherrod Brown up and all the recent ones. Cool. I mean, they're not huge margins, but he's at least up in all of them. I'm honestly probably gonna tell people at my school who are old enough to vote just to vote that way. I'm just like I just don't want too crazy freaking people there, man. Oh, Florida Atlantic in March had him up big, and everyone except Dolan. Like, that's crazy. LaRose and Moreno suck. Yeah, because it seemed like if it was actually Dolan, like, Brown would not have won. Although it seems like Dolan might have been, like, more of a regular Republican, like, who would have been willing to compromise. But yeah, we can't have that, you know? Especially if Tim Walz wins, like, or Kamala wins with Tim Walz as the VP? Definitely not. Kidding me? We can't have any compromise. Like, is there any somewhat sane Republicans there? Like, I am genuinely genuinely curious. Like if there actually is. Actually, probably not, right? Because like all of them have been in the Trump era, I assume, or at least most of them would have. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, 2012 was a big year for the Senate, for Democrats in the Senate. Yeah, I think there's not gonna be a whole lot of huge swings in the Senate. Like there maybe have been in the past. I don't think that's gonna happen. Well, I think also like corporations want gridlock to happen. Or like super PACs or something like that. They want gridlock to happen. Because it's good for them. They want political gridlock, so that's another reason. Well, yeah, it's not great. Yeah, let me look at like... Actually, I got rid of it, but let me look at the like Texas and Montana ones. I think Montana, like, what's his name, Sheehy? He's trying to go away, run away with it, but let me just look. Oh yeah, +6, +8, +7. That has Tester +5, but yeah, no. It's not looking great for him. And then for Texas, Cruz +5, Cruz +4. Are the most recent ones. Cruz +8. It's not highest of odds. Like, not great. You know? Yeah, like Ruben Gallego is like leading by a similar amount in Arizona. What's Florida doing? Actually, yeah, Florida's looks closer than Texas's does. +3, +5, +1. +3. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Florida's looks a lot closer. Have they done any Florida polls recently? Oh yeah, Trump +6, +2, +4, okay. Well, the +2 was interesting, but yeah, the +6. Oh yeah, I guess I haven't done a post-debate one. I really wish like they were more on the ball with that. I guess like Florida isn't that close, so like it doesn't need as many polls, but like I feel like a post-debate poll, like most states should have a post-debate poll, I feel like. You know? Or at least like throw it in with like the who did you think won the debate question, you know? Because I think most states get that. But yeah, they don't. Freaking. That's just the only thing they ask. Ooh, Maine's first. Kamala's up 26. That's pretty big. Oh dang, this include post-debate. Well, this is 10 days and there's only 400 voters. Add Trump +7. Yeah, I feel like the ones that stretch out a bunch of days aren't the most accurate. Just strictly based off the fact that like obviously so much could happen. Right? Like the debate. So like if it just kind of goes through it just feels like it's like you're missing some, like it's kind of not a great thing to look at, I feel like, at least in my opinion. I mean, maybe they are useful. It's just I feel like if it's something like it goes through the debate or something like that, like so there's very clearly a pre-debate and a post-debate, like yeah, I don't think those are that reliable. At least I wouldn't think they'd be that reliable. Again, I could be wrong. Do I actually literally have to tell like Twitter that like I'm interested in exploring VTubers? It had Xenoblade under me the first part, like for the longest time. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not even followed to it, but it keeps putting Xenoblade there. I haven't played any of them. I mean, I think I would enjoy them, but I haven't played any of them. Yeah, we are at an hour and a half. Man, now my sinuses feel cleared out. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the typical stuff. See, this was a more fun one because I wasn't angry. That's nice. But yeah, did it one more time. That'll do it. Only other thing is all the platforms are 6464. So yeah, see you Friday then. It's Wednesday, dang right. This week going by fast. Huh. See you Friday then. Goodbye.